certainly any one competitor is a favorite for this race. There's a lot of good race cars here tonight.
And just to talk about some of the winners, it's some prestigious names. Rodney Childers actually won the first Fall Brawl here in 1998. Some of the lights, Dennis Setzer, Andy Loden, Coleman Presley is a two-time winner here at Hickory Motor Speedway in the Fall Brawl. Andy Mercer, Ronnie Bassett Jr. got it done in 2011. Josh Berry, also a multi-time winner here at Hickory Motor Speedway. He's the only three-time winner that we've had. And Cade Brown winning it most recently in 2023, trying to see if he can pull off a repeat, but he's going to have just a little bit of work to do tonight, not starting up front where sometimes he has been accustomed. He and that Matt Piercy Performance Racing Machine have been able to get, not that he's starting bad, I mean, he's starting in the top 10, but he's going to have a little bit of work to do tonight, and he's got some tough competitors up in front of him.
Yeah, Cale, they've really been on the mark with these longer races to figure out how to be around at the end of the race. He's usually a pretty good at the start of the race, but that car just doesn't fall off like some of the other guys in the field, and be interesting to see if he can keep that up.
Okay. As we get ready to go late model racing here at Hickory Motor Speedway. And as you said, Coach Matt, a bunch of good ones in the field. How about that front row tonight? Runner-up in the Cars Tour Championship this year, that's Connor Hall, and the newly formed driver for the number 8 machine, Bass Pro Shops, Tracker Boats. And how about the toothpick on the outside? Ryan Thrillington Millington, former track champion here, multi-time track champion here at Hickory Motor Speedway. And he knows how to get it done in a late model, that is no doubt. A bunch of other guys up there. Taylor Satterfield, current track champion, Michael Bumgarner in the top 10.
Yeah, it's a who's who of Hickory Motor Speedway as you look down here and see these cars getting lined up. I've been here and seen Michael Bumgarner run really well here. I've seen Landon Shane Huffman run really well here. We may have a first-time winner here tonight, or a lot of people would like to see if Kate Brown can repeat here tonight.
Yep, Charlie Watson in the field with one of those Watson grading PRW chassis number 9s. Those are always, he's fun to watch here in these long races. He usually cuts through the field like butter, hot knife on butter through the field, usually the first 100, 125 laps. I'll be interested to see if he's got long run speed tonight. Landon Shane Huffman making a return here to Hickory Motor Speedway in the Pinnacle Racing Group Chevrolet, and he's always a force to be reckoned with. Usually that team there seems like they're either on or off, and he looked like he was on today.
Yeah, we'll find out here shortly. These guys got a lot of work ahead of them, and it's kind of like in the races we've watched earlier tonight. You got to kind of hang around to be around at the end. Hopefully, the war of attrition doesn't take out some of these really good race cars that we have, and I think they're going to put on a really good show for the fans tonight.
Looks like the NASCAR Race Control putting the finishing touches on how they're going to line these cars up here tonight, and give you guys a rundown just as soon as we roll off here at Hickory Motor Speedway. Joining us next weekend here for the Great American Smash, Saturday, November 16th. We'll have 2 shows that day at 2 and 8 p.m. Christmas Kaboom, Saturday, November 30th. That one's going to be a great show. Biggest fireworks show in the Southeast. I have bouncy houses and food trucks and all the likes, so definitely come out for that. And thank you so much for all of our service veterans. If you are a service veteran, can we get you to stand up, please, as we'd like to recognize you. Anybody that's been in the United States service. That's right. Give yourself a round of applause. Let's let them hear it, race fans. Thank you so much for your service to this country. And to these people, it's people like you that allow us to do great things like this at Hickory Motor Speedway and all over America. And we thank you so much for your service. Again, 50-50 tickets still on sale here in the Hickory Motor Speedway stands. Women's Club, we will have last call at the end of the first 100 laps. We'll draw at the end of this race for the 50-50. Matt, have you went down there and bought yours yet?
I have not, Cale. I know you can't win it if you're not in it, so I need to get down there and get some, but I have not got my 50-50s yet.
And maybe we'll have to run down there at intermission. We'll let the gatekeeper interview these guys down front. We'll have to go down there and get us one, see if we can get in on it. See a few race fans making their way that way. $10 plush blankets, they've also got those down there tonight. Getting a little bit chilly out there. No better time than to get a Hickory Motor Speedway. We'll say all those are Christmas-themed plush blankets. As late models will be coming right up here just momentarily. Race fans, again, it looks like NASCAR Race Control. Looks like they may be having a powwow down there, perhaps at the. It's like they're maybe down there having a difference of opinion. As we continue to wait on that a few minutes, just want to again thank our production crew, Nick and Sherry, up in the production booth for figuring out how to use the new scoreboard down there. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Got the late models on deck next, as you can clearly see down there. And we've been able to give you instant replays all night long. The Great American Smash coming up. You can see that proudly displayed up there. Again, that's next weekend, November the 16th. Christmas Kaboom, November 30th. Get your tickets at christmaskaboom.com. And we're going to have a lot of nice other goodies for you coming up in the springtime when we figure out how to fully use this thing. You want to thank Paramount Automotive Group, 50 years here in Catawba County. We celebrated them a few weeks ago. Dale Earnhardt Chevrolet, Hoosier Racing Tires, just to name a few of our sponsors. Sam's Club, along with Heritage Finance. Heritage Finance, proud sponsors of Heritage Finance Victory Lane, as well as the Street Stock Division. Sunoco Race Fuels. Holiday Inn Express, along with Crown Plaza, proud sponsors of lodging here at Hickory Motor Speedway. Smart Electric Company and Credit 760. Complete Kids and Leapfrog Landscaping. Leapfrog happens to be proud sponsors of the 01 Thomas Bean machine. Doug's Fleet and Auto Glass, along with Avendy RX. And 350 plus cubic inches coming to life right here at Hickory Motor Speedway as we get things underway. As we get ready to get things started off for the annual Fall Brawl presented by Velasta. race fans. Who's going to be the first one to get a stolen stunner? How about an RKO? Fans, who's going to be the first one to get a stone cold stunner? How about an RKO out of nowhere? This is the way we're going to line up in the late models tonight. Rolling off on the outside of row number 10, that is the 27 of Lee Tissett. To his inside, the 00 of Tanner Carter.
Outside of row 9 tonight will be the number 5 machine of Chrissy Wallace, and to her inside will be the number 75 of Jeff Sparks.
Moving up into row number 8, Jake Bowman on the outside. To his inside, charging Charlie Watson in the 9.
Look no further than the outside of row 7 for Skylar Rambo Cheney in the number 17 machine, and to his inside will be the 28 of Landon Shane Huffman.
Moving on up to P12, Chase Burrow in the 00. To his inside, Chase Dixon driving the 07.
On the outside of row number 5 will be number 24, Racing Mason Diaz. And to his inside, the 151 car of Grant Davidson.
Moving up inside the top 9 now, Thomas Bean in the 01 machine. To his inside, last year's winner in the Velosta Matt Piercy Racing Chevrolet, that is Cade Brown.
Outside of the next row will be Michael Bumgarner in the number 97 machine out of Taylorsville, North Carolina. And to his inside from Nicholson, Georgia will be Taylor Satterfield.
Moving up inside the top 5 now, Max Reeves driving the number 18 outside in P4. It is inside the human toothpick, Ryan Thrillington Millington in the number 15 Leisure Time Reynolds Chevrolet.
The outside of row 1 qualified second tonight. You'll have Tristan McKee from Williamsburg, Virginia in the number 7 car. And inside of him in P1, all the way from Hampton, Virginia, Connor Hall in the number 8 car.
And that's the way we'll line up here tonight for the annual Fall Brawl. Here at Hickory Motor Speedway, again, 200 laps with a short intermission at roughly around lap 100. And it looks like Chrissy Wallace already may be a no-starter here, as she has already got issues and is having to be pushed back to the pit area.
That's not a good way to start 200 laps here, Cale. Not really sure what the problem could be there on the Wallace machine, but
I say she's in good equipment, if I remember right. She's driving out of the Dexter Cadet camp.
Oh, she just got it fired up. She's ready to join the field now.
That's a .363 mile push start, it looked like. As she tries to get things underway, she'll rejoin the field where she's supposed to. As we continue to make just a couple pace laps to get some heat in these tires. 55 degrees, we were a full 12 degrees cooler than we were when these cars qualified, Matt. And I cannot imagine that these cars are going to be probably the best right on low air pressure with these new sticker Hoosier tires. It may be a little bit of an issue for them here getting things started. It may see a little bit more slice and dice than we're used to.
Yeah, I have to kind of wait and see. I'm sure most of these drivers are going to want to be patient here at the first of the race and kind of feel out their cars and see what they've got, make it to the intermission without beating and banging too much, make a few fine-tuning adjustments, and be ready to go for that last 100 laps.
As we're told to double up the field, it'll be 1 to go when they come back past the Garner Group flag stand. As the Paramount Kia Soul pace car comes across the stripe. Race fans, let's see you get on your feet. This is what you guys came to see here tonight. If you're at home, sit back, get some popcorn, turn up the TV as we're getting ready to go 200 laps of late model racing right here at Hickory Motor Speedway, America's most famous short track for a reason, as we get ready to see who is going to be the 2024 victor in the Fall Brawl, as Connor Hall leads them to green with Tristan McKee on the outside.
by side through turns 1 and 2. Side by side, as far as I can see, 20 race cars thunder down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4.
Thundering down the back straightaway as Connor Hall in a poised position to make good on his new ride in that number 8 Tracker Boats Chevrolet coming out of turn number 2. The Chevrolet powers on the outside too as young Tristan McKee is trying to keep that veteran pinched down on the bottom side, and he comes across the nose of McKee, almost gets a little bit sideways, back down to turn 1. He will be exactly where he needs to be. Turn number 2 gets a shove for McKee. Now they're back down to the 3.
Hey, 1, 2, 3. Can't put a sheet of paper in between them. Max Reeves wants to get up in there. Looks like might have been a little contact that time.
Mad Max Reeves is making that highlight for him as he just drives around Tristan McKee like he put it in reverse. Now sets his sights on the number 8. Now again, 200 laps. You can go ahead and burn it up now, and that looks like maybe what Max Reeves is trying to do as he now sets his sights on Connor Hall.
He said he wants to lead now. He's not waiting around to lap 200. He's looking for the lead right now as they work their way back through turns 3 and 4. He's got a fast race car now. We'll see if he can keep it under him all night long.
Taylor Satterfield, he's been on the move, has made his P4 just past Ryan Millington for that. Millington slides back to 5th. Thomas Bean pressing the issue as he now looks to the inside of Millington. What a gaggle of cars from 1st to about 8th place. Nose to tail as they go back down to the turn 1, Matt.
We got the Killer Bees back there in about 6th, 7th, and 8th. You got Bean, you've got Bumgarner.
Satterfield into the back of McKee. McKee almost lost it in turn number 3, able to gather it back up. Now back down the front straightaway, and everybody really having to mind their P's and Q's early in this one, Matt. Back down the straightaway, 7 laps in, and they're racing like it's lap 99.
Nose to tail as the leaders work back through 1 and 2. No distance between the top 6 or 7 cars. It's some good racing here, Cale.
Good racing at the front of the pack. Even further in the back of the pack, they were 3 wide back there for about 18th position. So everybody trying to figure out what they need to do, how they need to move and shake to get it up front to make this happen. Back up front, just nothing more than a sheet of paper between 1st and 2nd. Hall in front of the 18 of Mad Max Reeves as Reeves looks to try to press the issue coming out of turn 2 now.
You have to kind of wonder if these guys up front are going to stay patient. A lot of fast race cars, not a lot of spreading out. So, you know, these guys behind first place might be a little bit faster, but might just be taking their time and not using up enough. But it sure is close racing through the top 6 or 7 cars.
Look on back about 6th or 7th place. It looks like 23 of Cade Brown. He has just got the double zeros all over him. That car being driven by Chase Burrow right there. As Burrow almost had Brown turn around and had to back out of it. Here comes Rambo Cheney on the inside of Burrow coming into turn 3.
Cheney looking to stick a nose under Burrow as they work off of turn 4 back by the flag stand. Burrow's going to keep that spot for the time being. Cheney's not satisfied with where he's at.
Really just great racing action anywhere you look at on the racetrack, Matt. A lot of stiff competition, bumping and banging. It's like everybody's getting a suplex here tonight. Everybody's getting a place in Suplex City.
Looks like Michael Bumgarner starting to look over Thomas Bean a little bit, looking for 6th place. Bumgarner probably like to start marching his way forward a little bit. Beam's going to hold on to that spot for right now. The 18 car all over the back of Connor Hall right now as they work off the turn 4.
You can feel the pressure really rising here tonight, Matt, as Connor Hall is still trying to keep off Max Price. How long will Price be willing to wait in the catbird seat there in P2 as he is all over Connor Hall? He's looking high, looking low. He is going to find an entry point at some point and try to put it in there to see if he can lead the Calico Coatings Fall Brawl.
Yeah, got a lot of laps left. I'm sure Mad Max Reeves is going to take his time working over Connor Hall, but he's definitely letting him know that he's behind him every time they go in and out of these corners.
Out of turn number 2 now, Max Price has to kind of back out of it, looks like a little bit out of turn number 2. Tristan McKee able to come back up on him just a little bit, still touching both of those race cars. McKee the Williamsburg, Virginia native. Taylor Satterfield has made his way where he is right in front of Ryan Millington. And again, Matt, the first 5, you really, if anybody bobbles, it could be a train wreck quickly.
Yeah, that's the other thing you kind of have to worry about. I mean, everybody's, on their best behavior right now. It's early on in the race, got a lot of laps left to run. But if somebody messes up front, it can cause a catastrophe that'll take out a lot of good race cars.
And up here from our vantage point, Max Reeves, he is just all over Connor Hall. You have to wonder, most people get upset if somebody tailgates them for a little bit. How about somebody tailgating you for 22 laps?
Well, Connor Hall can always do something about it, Cale. He can go faster.
That's true, but, and that may be what these guys are thinking about doing, trying to see if he'll burn his stuff up, trying to stay out in front instead of dropping back and maybe taking his time just a little bit.
Looks like Cade Brown started to pull back up that second group and gotten a little closer to Bumgarner. Starting to be that time of the race where you think Cade Brown may start trying to make his way towards the front a little bit.
.25 laps down, call it 25 laps down in the books as Connor Hall still leads this race. Mere inches between he and second place, Max Reeves.
Bumgarner takes a look underneath Thomas Bean, looking for the 6th position. Not quite able to pull it off yet. Still got the preferred line as they work through 3 and 4 this time. Bumgarner looks like he might be able to complete the pass this time by.
Bumgarner able to put it on him, and he's bringing Cade Brown with him. Cade Brown on the bottom side of Thomas Bean on lap 27. Tries to move his way forward, and as Thomas Bean, he is struggling to get back to the bottom of the racetrack, and he is bleeding positions, trying to make it back around. We'll see if he's able to get in front of the 00, and he is able to pull down in front of him for the time being, but it looks like Skylar Rambo Cheney, now he'll push the issue on the 0, coming down the next straightaway down to the 3.
Still tip to tail, all these race cars, all 20 of them, within just a few tenths of a second right now, Cale.
This is one of those times, again, if you get sideways or have a little bit of issue, shoot, if you just even get that step out of line in traffic, you're going to have a chance to go back further, and it's going to be really hard with the way this is working out tonight to make your way back up front. That 00 is still looking on the inside of Bean coming down the front straightaway there. And having a little bit of accordion effect coming out of 2. He is still looking on the inside of Bean, back down into 3. Bean trying to really hold that inside line as that 00 of Chase Burrow tries to advance his position. That is the battle for P8. Oh, 17, the Buckbusters ProMotion Chevrolet got a little bit sideways coming out of 2. The 24 now there to capitalize. That car right there, I hadn't talked about him tonight. That is Mason Diaz. He's got a few big wins here at Hickory Motor Speedway under his belt over the years. As he looks down on the inside, he's going to press the issue right there, Matt.
Looks like Racing Mason's in a good spot there to take away that spot from Skylar Cheney. Not quite able to complete the pass. Cheney's fighting back on the outside. Don't want to go backwards at this point in time.
Not the way you want to see it work out between those two. I mean, again, it's side by side, and you've got a whole gaggle of cars in front of you. Somebody's going to have to let it give or give way. And how much are they willing to tear up these tires? Look at Ryan Millington back up there fighting for P4. That's Taylor Satterfield in the 40. Satterfield all kinds of sideways in that Maverick Steel Building Chevrolet. Able to pull back down in front of Millington. Millington, he's a patient driver. He's willing to take time, but he is right there to pounce as soon as you mess up and do something silly.
Yeah, it's hitting the time of the race to really do anything too out of the way. If you can take a spot, take it. If not, ride around and keep your stuff underneath you, because it's a long race, a lot longer than most of these guys are used to driving. So it's going to be a whale of a finish to this one.
Top 5 starting to get kind of bunched up again, as it now looks like the 7 of Tristan McKee has caught Max Reeves, and Reeves is still just, I bet there won't be any paint left on that number 8 Tracker Boats machine. by the end of this night. It'll look like he's already been through it, and right there is that battle further back in the pack. Being now starting to fall back a little bit more as it looks like the 17 of Skylar Cheney is pressing the issue. And here comes somebody else we haven't talked about this evening.
Kate Brown making a move on Michael Bumgarner right now. Kill up a little closer to the front. He's looking for 5th spot, or 6th spot, sorry. He's definitely got the preferred line as they work back through 3 and 4. See if Kate Brown can complete this pass on Michael Bumgarner.
Taylor Satterfield that last time by coming out of turn 4, almost lost at Millington. Had to back up off of it, and look at Michael Bumgarner go. He's on the top side of Millington trying to drive around here in Satterfield at the same time.
Bumgarner not wanting to get passed by Cade Brown, decided he'd just start passing people on the outside, see if he can't work out for him. Looks like he's going to get Satterfield right here.
And again, what is he doing to those Hoosier Racing tires? I mean, you know, but we saw it a few months ago. Car kind of went away from him a little bit. This is a 200 race, and it might cause us some issues later. Looks like they've put Satterfield to bed, and here comes Tristan McKee making a move, and there's 2 of them at the back of the field into the fence right here in the front straightaway with the crowd coming. Holy cow! And it looks like everybody woke Hamill down at lap 42.
That could have been really bad, Kel. That was 2 cars out of shape, kind of almost stopped there on the front stretch, and the leaders doing their best to get woed up as they come up on there.
Looked like that was Chrissy Wallace, and I believe Lee Tissett. Chrissy Wallace with lots of shards coming out from under that race car. And it looks like Chrissy Wallace has come to a halt at her stall there, and it looks like she's got a flat tire, man. It looks like they're getting ready to possibly go to the left side of the race car as we send it down to Bryson Davis.
Yeah, Kel, Chrissy Wallace is on pit road, damage to the front end of that race car. They've got a flat left front tire on this car, and they're going to pop the hood, assess the damage underneath. But it is looking like they have some work cut out for them if they're going to get back in this race, Kel.
Thank you so much, Bryson. Bryson able to get that worked out, and it looks like they may, not sure if that car might be on fire because Chrissy Wallace is out of the car and walking to the racing service, and she is, looks like she's really excited.
Not real happy.
So you have to imagine that may make her night come to an end. We're going to send it back down trackside with Bryson Davis, where he's going to.
Yeah, Kel, I'm here with Chrissy Wallace. Chrissy, just walk us through what happened there.
27 clearly ran out of talent and decided to come up in us, and when he got into us, it got us loose, and you know, it's too early in this race to try to be too competitive and run like an idiot and over your head, but you know, at least when Nick Manzana, poker trucking, my family, and it's kind of a bumper. We were trying to come here, win this race in my mom's memory.
Thanks, Chrissy.
Thanks.
All right, Kel.
Thank you so much, Bryson. Bryson Davis right there on there in the thick of it. From the looks of it, Matt, that might be the end of the night for Chrissy Wallace. And it looks like they're looking at the car, but not with a whole lot of urgency. Looks like Mason Diaz making a stop on pit road.
As he come by, Kel, looks like he's got some right front damage going to the attention of his crew. Looks like the gatekeeper might be on his way to check out get a better look at the action. But definitely looked like a little bit of right front damage on Racing Mason's Chevrolet.
And we're going to throw it down to Bryson Davis, who's got an update on the 24.
Yeah, Cal, the 24, they popped the hood on the car. Looks like they're going to get the thing ready to go back out on the track. They popped the hood, made an adjustment, working on some technical things. We'll talk with the crew chief and figure out what all is going on there, but a couple of adjustments and hopefully a rebirth for the 24 in this race.
Thank you so much, Bryson. Bryson Davis doing some outstanding pit reporting for us down there on pit road tonight. As we continue to work caution here. Connor Hall, I'm looking down there, you know, man, I see more tape and more paint on that rear bumper than what I thought I'd see at this point in the race. The way he's been raced by Max Reeves there for the last little while. Reeves, I'm anxious to see how these guys fire off after getting a few laps on their tires, getting them a little hot and greasy. Some of these other guys, they're running out of patience already. Michael Bumgarner up a few spots. I'd say he's probably been the biggest mover at the front of the field.
Yeah, Kel, you're probably right there. Max Reeves done a good job of staying off of Connor Hall, but definitely letting him know that he's there. Plays peekaboo on the outside and stick a nose underneath it a little bit, but not really pushing the envelope too much this early on in the race. Everybody up front's done a good job so far.
That definitely looks like Christy Wallace's night's going to be done. They've already nosed in that car there. So definitely unfortunate for her tonight. As we'll go ahead and give you a quick rundown of your favorite driver and where they run right now. Connor Hall at the front of this one with Max Reeves. Third place looks like that. It's Tristan McKee, Michael Bumgarner, Ryan Millington, Taylor Satterfield, Cade Brown, Chase Burrow, Thomas Bean, Charlie Watson, your top 10. Skylar Chaney, Landon Shane Huffman, Jake Bowman, Chase Dixon, Jeff Sparks, Lee Tissett, Grant Davidson, Mason Diaz, Chrissy Wallace, who is now retired, and Tanner Carter, who did not start with us tonight. As we'll be given the 1 to go.
Kel, as I look down there, I think we might be onto something there with Charlie Watson. Maybe been working on that long run speed a little bit, because I haven't really seen him charge through the field yet, but he hasn't lost any spots either. So we'll see how things work out here. We'll go back to green. The Paramount Kia pace car has pulled on the pit road. Everybody's lined up. Here we go back green flag racing. Connor Hall with a good restart. Looks like he may clear the field as he goes into turn 1. 18 fighting back hard on the outside. Got awfully close. Don't believe they touched. Working their way back into 3 and 4. Connor Hall lead them back to the flag stand this time as they will work back through 1 and 2. But Mad Reeves not giving the spot up. He looks like he might be ready to lead this thing. Door handle to door handle going through 3 and 4 as they work back towards the flag stand. Still door handle to door handle as they come off of turn 2, working their way back to turn 3. Connor Hall with a little bit of an advantage, but Reeves not going away.
Reeves really pushing the issue, Matt, as they go back down in the turn 2. I'm surprised Tristan McKee hadn't filled that void on the bottom. That may have been what Reeves was seeing there, but Reeves still looks like he's willing to try to power around him on the outside. With Tristan McKee, he's going to take that bottom line away, so that's going to be an issue for him if he tries to drop back down. Now side by side at it, coming out of turn 2, and Reeves looks like he loses just a little bit now and falls behind. But look at Tristan McKee. He is there and going to force the issue, Matt.
Front of the field, a lot more racy this time on this restart. McKee working underneath the Reeves car. Reeves still fighting on the outside. Don't look now. Here comes Michael Bumgarner keeping it eye wide and handsome.
Coming through there, 2 by 2 from second place on back. And a little bit of contact there between McKee and Max Reeves. Nothing to make either car worse for wear, but just keeping both competitors honest. As Reeves still to make that outside work. Look at that. Running gets off a 2.
Oh, big run. Back side by side, door handle to door handle with Connor Hall. See who that shakes out as we come back to the start-finish line.
Max Reeves, he will all clear Connor Hall coming out of turn 2. That 18 machine is hooked up on the high side, rolling the top here at Hickory Motor Speedway, and he is trying to make that work for him. as he will lead that lap.
Connor Hall not quite giving it to though. I believe Reeves has got him cleared, but I don't know if he'll stay that way. Pulls it down in front of Connor Hall. Reeves is going to lead this lap too, Cale.
And Reeves to the point solely, and it looks like Connor Hall, not sure if he's just backing off a little bit or he's starting to have some handling problems. Look at this car, Tristan McKee, he shoots down on him now.
Connor Hall's going to have to get it figured out pretty soon because it looks like Ryan Millington and Michael Bumgarner are both coming after those spots. McKee not quite able to make the pass, but everybody's getting a little impatient up front this early on in the race.
Yeah, it's one of those things we figured we'd see. It just depend on who wanted to pull out a line and do something first. Michael Bumgarner, he's rolling the top quite nicely, Matt. He's in P4, looking for some more as he is on the high side of Tristan McKee, and he will pull out in front nose of that TRD Toyota out front. Almost 3 wide and still 2 by 2 for second place.
As I take a look back, just right behind that, looks like Cade Brown's picked up another spot, passed by Satterfield. Move himself up into 6th position, I believe it is.
And it is side by side right there for second place. And look at the 97 of Michael Bumgarner, giving him plenty of room and really making that outside work for him and working in his favor as he is able to clear the number 8 of Connor Hall. Give P2 to Michael Bumgarner, sets his sights on Max Reeves now as they go back down in the turn 3.
How hard will Bumgarner push it as he gets closer and closer to the Reeves car? Looks like a lot of these guys got a real hot rod here tonight, Cale.
Yeah, they pulled all the stops last race of the season at this track. Look at Tristan McKee, gives him the bumper, pushes him sideways into turn number 3. Hall able to gather it back up and keep it on the bottom of the racetrack. Amazing driving by both of these competitors.
Not sure if McKee really wanted to get in the back of Connor Hall. Looked like Millington might have got into the back of McKee, but Connor Hall's going to give him a little more room this time as they work through 3 and 4.
Through 3 and 4 once again. McKee look down on the inside. Hall able to give him some gusto back as he comes across the front of the nose of it, going down the turns 1 and 2, now down the back straightaway as McKee has to try to mount an offensive charge, but now Ryan Millington getting into the thick of it too. Who wants P3 more?
Everybody being a little more patient earlier on in the race, it looks like the patience has run out. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Tip to tail, nose to nose. Looks like Cade Brown start trying to take a look underneath Ryan Millington, or maybe Millington's just trying to get on the upper side of McKee as they work out of turn 4.
Well, one thing for certain, we've seen Millington over the years be able to use that high side. Chrissy Wallace back out on the track back here at the back. Back up front, Millington trying to use that high line to work on McKee. McKee comes out of turn 2. He's got a run on Connor Hall, gives him a little bit of a shot going down in the turn 3. Hall keeps it pointed in the right direction.
Looked like McKee was really nice to Connor Hall that last time through 3 and 4. Probably could have put a little more bumper to him, but still too early for too much of that, I believe.
Yeah, these guys still got to keep their head on straight. They've still got an intermission to look forward to in about 25 laps when they're going to get to down there and do some repairs and check on things on their race cars. But you got to get there first.
Looks like the race for 9th and 10th is heating up there a little bit. Looks like Charging Charlie Watson and Landon Shane Huffman are starting to come into the mix here.
Again, it'll be 23 laps to go before we have our intermission at lap 100. And look at the PRG Chevrolet trying to put the moves back on further in the field. That's Chase Burrow. He's working on back there. That's the battle right there for P8.
I think Landon Shane Huffman's decided it might be time to start to go. He makes that pass, sets his sights on Taylor Satterfield next. Back up at the very front of the pack, Kel, it looks like Michael Bumgarner may be starting to close in just ever so slightly on Mad Max. Huffman starting to work under Satterfield a little bit as they go through 1 and 2. Couldn't quite get a nose under there to stick.
And Chase Burrow kind of comes back into that, and it's interesting to see from our vantage point up here just how much of a different line some of these guys are running for. Whether you want to really charge the corner hard and try to slowly make your way through it, or if you want to come up off the corner like a rocket, and it's really making a big deal. As now Landon Huffman has caught Satterfield underneath him. Satterfield gives him the room as they come charging down. There's the battle for P7.
I think Satterfield's car is starting to work a little loose, a little more to the loose side here as the laps start to wind down before we get to our intermission. Landon Shane Huffman's car must be coming to him a little bit.
It looks like, and this is happening right in front of the field. Chrissy Wallace and the 27 right in front of Max Reeves and the 97, and that is just, I'm sure NASCAR's not going to be real happy about the way that that's working either. Because that could have implications to how this race is run and won, and definitely helped Michael Bumgarner pull up on Max Reeves a little bit there.
Yeah, you never like to see lap traffic really play that much into how the races are run, but definitely did help Bumgarner out. He's within about of a car length of Max Reeves. Connor Hall navigates the traffic. Here comes Tristan McKee. Everybody working by the lap traffic, trying to set sail back forward.
Here are a couple cars as they come across right here at our vantage point. Not sure if it's the 34 or the 151 with a terrible misfire.
Kel, don't look now, but Landon Shane Huffman's on quite the charge. He's caught up to Cade Brown now. He's passed Burrows and Satterfield. Looking for more here before the intermission.
Yep, that puts him in P7, firmly in it, and knocking on the back door of Cade Brown. These two have a little bit of history here at America's most famous short track, running the last few seasons quite a bit here, and always been very respectful. But you know how that guy races you last time. You always remember that. Back down in the turn 3. Looks like that is Mason Diaz that come by that's got that huge misfire. That is one reason he is continuing to run at the back of the pack. I'm sure that his team will love to look at that when they get a chance, hopefully just a plug wire or a coil pack or something on that race car.
Yeah, Kel, when he was in the pits earlier, maybe that's what the crew was brought in there for, is add slight misfire, look for something, didn't have time to fix it. Maybe if he can make it to the intermission, they'll have a little more time to work on that car and get him back competitive again.
Well, definitely. They want to try to stay out in front of, they got 9 laps to do it. They've got to stay on the lead lap to have a shot at it here at the end. As looking back at our race monitor, he looks like he is 3 laps down already, so that's going to be a long night with a race car that is underpowered. Max Reeves still leading the way here with 7 to go.
Looks like Skylar Rambo Cheney starting to work under Taylor Satterfield, trying to pick up a spot.
Off the back stretch here out of turn number 2, the 17 of Skylar Rambo Cheney and the Bugbuster Chevrolet trying to put down the Maverick Steel Buildings number 40 of Taylor Satterfield.
So far, Cheney's still not able to complete that pass, but he has definitely got a fender up alongside. See if he can work that position a little bit better right here. Looks like he's going to be side by side as they work their way through 1 and 2 this time by. Still unable to complete the pass as they come off of 2. They race back down the back stretch.
Down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Oh, and they touched just a little bit there. Satterfield got into the door of Cheney. I'm sure it might depend on whose car you were in as to who caused that, but both cars, neither one worse for wear, but Satterfield had to gather it back up there as they were exiting turn 4. We'll see if they get through there about the same way this time. Satterfield gives him a little bit more room. Can't pinch them down, but so far with no more real estate than what you have here at Hickory. As we come to go before the intermission, 2 laps to go.
Cheney's still looking underneath Satterfield. Still not able to really get all the way alongside him here as we get closer and closer to the intermission. Going to have maybe 1 or 2 more times here. Oh, he gets in the back of Satterfield a little bit this time, going into 3.
Moves him up the racetrack. Satterfield having to saw away at the wheel. And that may be exactly what Cheney needs to try. Oh, and he get Satterfield, give him a love tap back. But it looks like that may have messed Satterfield up as that lets Bean pull up on him. Halfway being shown by flagman Scott Herman on lap 100. And caution will come out for the intermission at lap 101. And as you can see, pit road down there, it looks like it is going to be a busy place. It looks like a shopping mall on Christmas Eve down there. Everybody moving, bustling around, getting ready to help their driver try to be the winner of the 2024 Fall Brawl. We're going to send it to a quick commercial break here on FloRacing. Don't go anywhere. We're going to send Bryson Davis down trackside to get some interviews with your favorite driver as we do intermission here at Hickory Motor Speedway.